Don't go overboard with the color, try to go for a brown shade. You're so pale, why not consider a lighter color?
I can't, because I work at a bank. My hair color can't be too obvious, a darker one is better.
Speaking of which, from now on, we'll have to call you Director Zhang. Ever since you became a banking supervisor for 2 years, our business was bad because you weren't here.
Nonsense, if I hadn't made an appointment in advance, who knows how long I'll have to wait until my turn.
Handsome men have privileges here, especially a handsome man like Mr. Zhang. Would you like to go out for a drink tonight?
I can't go to the bar you go to. But if you want to drink together, you can find a food stall and message me on WeChat.
Mr. Zhang, you are really bad. It takes a long time for people to get over you.
If your boss heard that, he probably would have to forbid me from making another appointment.
You're straight, he won't worry about it.
See you next time, I still have an appointment elsewhere.
I just sent away Miss Tang. She also asked me about you.
Ms. Tang is a high net worth customer of our JS Bank. She's also a very busy person. She came over to buy a cup of coffee and only asked about me when she happened to see you.
You're too inviting, both men and women want to eat you. If you weren't straight, Bai Jian probably would have made a move long ago. You're such a fine man.
I'm so fine, yet you still broke up with me. Of course, women prefer bad men.
You're so perfect, it's better to just be friends. Oh right, Bai Jian is coming to Suzhou to open a studio.
Are you sure?
The government has a supporting cultural fund, tax and everything is very cost-effective, and the atmosphere here is also good. He has long wanted to come.
That's good. We have to ask him to come to our bank to open an account later.
I thought Mr. Jing wouldn't be interested in such a small amount of money.
This is a different case, friends are different from others.
Your gentleness is too numbing.
And I, Mr. Zheng, long time no see.
Bai Laosher is here. I heard from Endai that you came to Suzhou to open a studio.
Suzhou's tax policy and business environment are relatively better, but I don't know how it will turn out in the end.
Then I welcome you to our bank to open an account. The government supports special projects, our bank will work with them. Bai Laosher's work is so excellent, there's no need to worry about anything.
Director Zheng, don't call me Laosher, it's embarrassing.
You're too modest for calling me director.
No wonder you're Bai Jian's ideal type, you gentleman.
This Sunday I have a ceramics exhibition. I would like to invite Director Zheng to participate. It's a very private event, only friends and their friends are coming.
How can I not go to Laosher's exhibition? You gave me the invitation after all. President Qin, good morning.
You're too handsome, you should pay attention to your image.
How are you qualified to say that to me? You're also the face of our branch, President Qin.
WeGo's representative is already in the conference room, it's Secretary Zhang.
The CFO didn't come personally.
They said he had to attend an impromptu meeting. Secretary Zhang is just coming to meet us today. I assume he's here to invite us to the headquarters.
Yan Shu Wang, when I was still at the counter 8 years ago, I often saw these 3 words. At the end of each month, the list sent by WeGo Finance would always have this signature.
Director Yan has been a member of WeGo since its founding. I heard that he negotiated the first angel investment as well. He's very impressive. They are planning to go public this year, so many security companies are in contact with them. But our 2 companies have been working together for a long time, so they will give us priority for loans.
High net worth corporate clients, a loan of 300 million, and a 5-year term, we need to be aggressive with such a plump and oily pork belly.
Xiao Zheng, it's been a while. Congratulations on your promotion.
Long time no see.
I told you that you will definitely be a leader when you come back from banking supervision. It's good that we are familiar with each other. We will have to work closely together in the future.
Brother, you are too kind. Banks and enterprises are family. We, JZ Bank, are happy that we go can have today's results.
Oh, my cigarettes are good, smoke this. When I first learned that you smoked this cigarette, I thought you were a pretentious clerk, smoking cigarettes that are 48 yuan.
This cigarette is good, the shell is also beautiful.
I know you really like it. But Mr. Yen smokes the same brand of cigarettes as you.
Really?
Why would I lie to you? Not everyone gets offered a cigarette from Mr. Yen. I have been with him for so long, but only been handed one or two.
Your cigarettes are more expensive than Mr. Yan's.
Our corporate culture does not care about the relationship between the leader and the subordinate. Although Mr. Yen is not exactly good-tempered, he's reasonable.
Brother, what you say is making me afraid.
What are you talking about? There's no one you can't deal with. I just came to reminisce about the past. Do you want to have lunch if we go next Monday noon? Let's talk in the afternoon. The food in our building cafeteria is no worse than the bank's. Yan Shuwang is not good to serve, you'll know when you see him. Not to mention the fact that in addition to Zhang Jin, there is also Luo Yin, who is not an easy man to deal with.
Zhang Jin is scrupulous, the fact that he came shows how very important we are to we go. Yan Shuwang, you're fine so long as you don't offend him.
You know Yan Shuwang well?
No, I'm not familiar with him, I may not have even met him before.
Not necessarily, you worked at the counter, and you've been working with Wigo since then. When they were a small workshop, Yan Shuwang came here a few times, don't you remember? That's not right. If you don't remember, then you guys may not have met. If you meet Yan Shuwang even once, you will not forget him.
How come?
Yan Shuwang is a great beauty, his looks are over the top, even women can't compare. He has long hair, is 35 years old and unmarried. I suspect that he is gay. I have a photo of him. Do you want to see?
Where did you take this shot?
I asked a little lady in their company for it.
You're flirting with everybody, please do not cause trouble, okay?
Many of the people here today are business leaders.
None of them know about art, what are they doing here?
You're talking as if you know a lot about it.
I don't, that's why I came to learn more about art and Lauscher.
Over there are Bai Jian's friends.
They're all artists?
How is that possible? Some of them are also business owners, they are basically friends of friends. There are several I haven't met either. What's wrong? Are there people you recognize?
I'm not sure.
Have you been too busy recently?
Perhaps. I still have a tough battle to fight tomorrow.
Welcome, Xiao Zheng.
Thank you both for your hard work.
Do you want to meet our president, Yin, first?
Aren't we going to the cafeteria for lunch?
You think we'd let you eat at the cafeteria? We're not that stingy.
I really don't mind eating in the cafeteria. Wigo's canteen is good enough to be a restaurant.
Mr. Yen is here.
What a coincidence. Mr. Yin.
Yan Shuwang, Wigo's financial director.
Hello Mr. Yen, I'm Jing Yuan from JZ Bank.
Are these what you only ordered?
It's not all served yet. You're here early. Had I known that Yin Shuwang would come, I would have invited them out to eat.
I have a lunch meeting. Enjoy, Mr. Zheng, we will talk about business in the afternoon.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I've been working with Mr. Yen for 8 years, and the motivation for me to come to work every morning with makeup at the age of 40 is Mr. Yen's face. Xiaozheng is also a handsome man. Just now you and Mr. Yen standing together was really pleasing to the eye.
You guys met?
I'm here to talk about money, not dating. How can I discuss business without seeing him?
How about it? Yan Shuwang is a beauty, right?
Although Qin Hongguan is a bit dumb and straight, he's not wrong about the appearance this time.
Don't feel pressured. You guys have different styles. You've been a female killer for the last 5,000 years. Have a little confidence.
I'm hanging up, the meeting is about to begin.
We've cooperated for so long already, so I'm aware of JZ Bank's sincerity. But in terms of interest rates, many banks are offering lower rates than yours.
This Yen Shuwang is really not easy to deal with. In the early days of WeGo, it was Mr. Yen who signed the financial statements for the monthly payroll, right? WeGo recently contacted a number of banks. JZ Bank being here is probably based entirely our past cooperations with them.
What do you want to say, Mr. Zheng?
I was still at the counter at that time, handling many of the orders signed by Mr. Yen. I was very impressed with your handwriting. The interest rate is negotiable, but the emotion card must be played. I left my cigarettes and my lighter in the conference room. These 2 hours are killing me.
Mr. Zheng? Mr. Zheng, do you smoke?
My cigarettes are in the conference room. I forgot to bring them out.
Our Mr. Yen doesn't give cigarettes to others casually.
Excuse me, is there a lighter?
No need.
Yen Shuwang and I smoke the same brand of cigarettes.
Zoning out?
Have you considered the interest rate?
Such a large amount has to be determined by the main branch. I've already reported it. We need to meet again to talk this week. I'll be there as well.
Is that so? Last time there was no talk of buying anything qualitative either.
What are you reminiscing about? Found a good woman?
I'm not you, whose lower half of the body is as inappropriate as the mouth.
Show some respect. I'm your manager. So, how did you feel when you met Yen Shuwang?
What feeling?
Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about.
There is a phrase.
What phrase?
It's called Si Man Nan. It means a man who walked out of a manhwa doesn't look real.
Hey, Xiaozheng, are your interest rates almost finalized?
We are very sincere, brother. We gave you what you want. Do you want to consider us for stock debt too?
This is not something I have a say on. You have to ask our director Yen.
Don't be nervous, brother. There's another dinner meet this week. What wine does Director Yen drink?
How wild is your drinking capacity?
You'll know soon.
Xiaodong. Welcome, Mr. Yen.
I've ordered some dishes. I don't know if they're to Mr. Yan's liking. Do you want to choose?
Mr. Zheng decided just fine.
Okay, let's have the waiter open the wine first.
We can't. We've already had 3 glasses before we've even eaten the food. I know you and Mr. Qin are both big drinkers, but we don't have to go wild right away. Drinking on an empty stomach hurts your. Mr. Yen, to our cooperation.
I don't smoke Nanjing.
Mr. Yen can smoke mine. Nuwa was too unfair in creating humans. Not counting the face, even his nails looked so nice.
Xiao Zheng, I drink to you.
You flatter me.
Xiao Zheng. It still had to be Xiao Zheng. With you, Mr. Yin drank the entire glass of wine.
Then don't I have to drink 2 cups?
Take it easy.
It's not a problem. I'll do it.
Xiao Zhang is so considerate.
Our Mr. Zheng used to work at the counter. The service level is up to par.
Mr. Yen, try it. He's actually generously eating it.
Mr. Yan knew our Xiao Zheng before?
Mr. Yen still hasn't left?
Using the toilet. Drank too much?
I've dated girlfriends with long hair, yet even when doing the same action, Yen Shuwang doesn't look feminine at all.
What are you looking at?
Sorry.
What did Mr. Zhang think I was going to do? Wipe your face and wake up.
So embarrassing. It seems I really drank too much. Zhang Jin finished reading it so quickly. Brother, are you satisfied with the contract?
Hello. This is Yen Shu Wang.
Well, it's not wrong to call this man brother. If Mr. Yen has any questions about this version of the contract, we can discuss it later.
I don't have any questions.
Then the final contract will be set according to this version.
Is Xiao Zheng still dizzy?
After a good night's sleep, I'm much better. Thank you for your concern, Mr. Yen.
Xiao Zheng has a great alcohol tolerance. Give me your phone number. If anything urgent comes up, I can easily contact you. As for the contract, I'll have to trouble Mr. Zheng.
We've already given Wego an electronic copy of the revised contract, this version.
Let's settle things early, to avoid long nights fraught with dreams and minimize the chance of the cooked duck flying away.
Will you send the official contract to Wego or should I send it?
You go, they're more familiar with you. Did you see how they didn't give me as much face as you last time we drank?
Isn't my face your face as well?
Then how handsome I must be.
Mr. Zhens, we're excited to work with you.
Xue Chen, Wego CEO.
Happy cooperation. Let's invite Mr. Zhens to have dinner. He came all the way over here after all.
It's actually not far. Then I respectfully accept. This afternoon I'll do an inspection tour here.
Mr. Yin, shall Luo Yin and I accompany Mr. Zhang?
You guys go back to work, I'll go with him. This is the hotel department.
Labor cost is considered as one of the advantages of online services. Where do we go next?
Does Mr. Zheng want one?
I'm good, I'll just smoke my own.
Why did you come to my place?
It's not a good thing to be with the chief all the time.
We're a private enterprise. Unlike your bank, the chief is very approachable. What are you thinking about? How was your conversation with Mr. Yin?
It went well, I just felt a bit pressured.
How can you be pressured? Mr. Yin is very amiable to you.
What? He's fierce and evil to you guys?
Hey, it's different when it comes to work. Plus, anyone would have pressure looking at Mr. Yin's face all day.
You must quite confident in me then.
You're different. You'll be able to handle it with your looks.
Save it.
Mr. Shue's wife just gave birth, so he has to take care of her while she's in postpartum confinement. I brought in Wan Wan, the Human Resources Director of our company.
Mr. Zheng, I toast to you.
I'll drink a cup, you drinking half a cup is alright.
I can drink a lot, Mr. Zheng doesn't have to be so polite.
Even the best drinker here is not in a hurry. What's the rush?
Then I'll toast first and warm up the field for everyone.
Mr. Zheng sent off Luo Yan and Zhang Jin?
I called a chauffeur for them, they already left. Manager Lin, do you need a chauffeur as well?
I'm not in a hurry. Can you give me a cigarette to smoke, Mr. Zheng? Huh? You and Mr. Yan smoke the same brand?
Coincidentally.
That's really a bit of a coincidence.
So that's it for now.
Mr. Yan.
Do I have to pinch it off too? Does Mr. Yen want to smoke? I actually asked the same question as Yen Shu Wang. I'm so stupid.
I have my own. Pardon me.
How are you going back, Mr. Yan?
I'll drive Shu Wang back, don't worry. Mr. Zhang, right? Manager Jin came by a few times and I always see you with him.
Jiao Tang.
Mr. Zhang, you exercise regularly, right?
Only when I have time on the weekends.
That depends on whether Xiaozheng has time.
Old fox. What is Mr. Yen saying? My time is all yours. Date or not, whatever it is. Isn't it all up to you, Mr. Yen?
I knew you too much to drink, brought so I specially you soup.
Thanks, Mom. Where's Dad?
He went to buy movie tickets, we're going to see a movie later.
Tickets can now be booked online.
It's called tradition, what do you kids know? Hey, aren't you lonely living alone? Do you want to get a cat?
I thought you were going to ask me to find a wife.
I'm that kind of person. It's none of my business whether you get married or not. Let's say I forced you tie the knot. If that future person turns green and wants to divorce you, you'll blame me.
Green means to cheat someone in Chinese slang.
Why are you sure that they will cheat on me?
You're my son, why wouldn't I know you clearly?
Don't forget, Mr. Zhang, we're all waiting for you. Can you play as a small forward?
This counts as overtime.
Sure.
Shu Wang is also a forward. You two need to work together during the warm-up tomorrow.
I'll try my best not to hold back Mr. Yen. Both Mr. Yen and I are forwards. We split up after playing 3-on-3. It's a little delicate to suddenly go from playing with your clients to playing against them.
This isn't very good. It just so happens that I don't know how to please Yan Shu Wang. This is a rare opportunity.
You think he won't realize what you're planning? If I deliberately pass him the ball, you really think he'll be happy about it?
Damn!
How many years have you been playing basketball, Mr. Yen?
I was on the varsity basketball team in college.
Wow, that's amazing. Then I hope Mr. Yen will be merciful and not play too hard.
All right. He praised me for being amazing.
Watch out.
Sorry.
You're pressing on my hair.
Forgive me.
Are you all right?
Yes.
We'll go back to the lounge first. I'll check your knee. Does it hurt?
Not a lot.
It shouldn't have hurt the bone, any other places.
I fell on my back pretty hard.
Your tailbone. Lay down and I'll take a look. His lumbar muscles are so solid. I wonder how many abs he has on the front. Seems like there's no swelling.
All right.
Then I'll go get you a bottle of water, you can lie down for a little longer.
Okay.
Mr. Zhang is so handsome, no wonder you like him.
He's not from our side.
Oh, it's pointless to say that. There are plenty more fish in the sea, don't be so rigid.
If I wait and do him when he returns, does that count?
Mr. Zhang is always too considerate.
You're welcome, Mr. Zhao.
Why don't you go back to the locker room later? Let's play a little ball first.
Mr. Yen is still inside. So I'll bring the water in.
Mr. Zhang. Mr. Zhen should take care of his body.
Why are you smoking so much?
Thanks.
Let me help you put on the medicine.
Are you so nice to anyone, Mr. Zheng?
It's all trivial matter not worth mentioning.
You're not going to play?
I have no opponent if Mr. Yen is not on the court.
Are you and Bai Jian friends?
Turns out he saw me last time. I've known Bai Laosher for a long time. I'm a fan of his work.
Mr. Zhen's is really versatile.
I only look at art for fun. That's all. I didn't expect Mr. Yen to also like it. I saw you the other day, I thought you didn't recognize me.
I can't argue with that. I thought you didn't want to know me. After all, you're not from our side of the fence. Bai Jian has an exhibition at the Natural Color Museum on Saturday. Would you like to go see it with me?
Are you thinking too much? The social circle will not touch straight men, they divide people very clearly.
What do you mean?
This side. This side. People like you will be labeled as the no zone. It's boring to look for straight men. Homosexuals are also normal people, they have feelings and they're afraid of getting hurt. You heterosexuals can go back and get married, what about the rest?
That's not a gay-straight issue, that's a nonsense.
You really are a kind person. Your moral standards are too high, sometimes you're no fun.
I heard you played basketball with Mr. Yen over the weekend?
We only played one game. Mr. Yan's skills were great, I had fun.
Those people are all part of Mr. Yen's private social circle. The fact that he brought you along means he really takes you seriously. Do you want to have another dinner appointment this week?
You're still not tired of eating?
I'm giving you an opportunity to have a closer relationship with Mr. Yen.
I'm already able to play ball with him, how much closer do you want it to be? Hello?
Mr. Zheng not going to stay for dinner?
Didn't you make an appointment to see the exhibition on Saturday?
What? I can't make appointments on a regular basis.
Didn't you say that I'm a prohibited area? Mr. Yen, I'm not a member of the circle, so I don't know the rules.
It's just a meal between friends, Mr. Zheng is overthinking.
Forget it. It's just a meal. Alright.
Their mung bean cake is good, try it.
It's delicious.
Waitress, please pack a mung bean cake.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Does Mr. Zheng have a girlfriend?
I don't.
Mr. Zhen's is not young anymore, don't you plan to discuss about it?
Don't worry, fate hasn't arrived yet. Thank you for tonight, Mr. Yen.
You're welcome. It's a pity that I'm not a woman, otherwise Mr. Zheng wouldn't be able to go back tonight.
I know you're a man.
It's late, it's time for you to go back.
Have you had a date with a little lady recently?
I'm not interested in dating anyone. What about you? Are you still in contact with that girl from WeGo?
I only added her on WeChat, nothing really happened.
Those people are our clients after all, have some restraint.
How about you and Mr. Yin? Besides playing ball recently, didn't you also eat dinner together?
How did you know?
Mr. Jiao and I are old friends. He mentioned it several times, saying that you and Yan Shuwang get along very well.
You're a straight man who can actually play mahjong with a bunch of gays every week. Your heart is quite big. Yan Shuwang also doesn't like to play mahjong. You two are quite similar, you'd rather be in the gym on your break. I can't afford to gamble on something that's too big.
Who are you fooling? So are you coming this Saturday night? We're 3 short of 1.
I'm not, I have a date.
Are you sure you don't have a girl? What date?
A friend has a pottery exhibition at the Natural Colors Museum. I'm going there to support it.
You really are a virtuoso.
I don't dare to be, I'm just joining in the fun.
Yan Shuwang seemed to be going too. You guys aren't making another appointment, are you? You guys are progressing a bit fast even with appointments. Other boyfriends and girlfriends aren't as close to each other as you two during their passionate love period.
If you really want a passionate love period, why even date? Just go straight to bed.
You really dare to talk big. But it's Yan Shuwang, what do you think?
That won't do. The few appointments I had with him were nothing. We're pretty much just ordinary friends. Bye, Lauscher. Is Mr. Yen here yet?
Yes, he's inside.
Under the pine stands the gentleman is like the bright moon.
When did you get here?
I just arrived not long ago.
Let's go check out the second floor.
People divide the circle very clearly, you are on this side, they are on that side. You can't get through, and they also don't want to come over.
Mr. Zheng, how come you don't look so good?
The weather is hot and possibly a little stuffy.
Zheng Yuan, come here. Come to me. Let me introduce to you, this is Zheng Yuan. Mr. Zheng is the director of JZ Park Branch's corporate department. This is Future Media's Li Shu, or Li Laoban. And Java's senior engineer, Lin Yen Xiang.
Colin told us about you earlier, he complimented you on your good play.
I was far worse than him.
Colin wouldn't have minded, you're so good looking.
Mister, what kind of boyfriends has Colin had?
He hasn't had many, and if he wasn't serious, he wouldn't have brought them to us. You're the first one he took the initiative to introduce to us, despite being a straight man. Colin, come here for a moment. Yuan asked about your boyfriends. Do straight men also care about this?
Right now I'm single.
And Yuan?
I also don't have a girlfriend currently.
So eager to make it clear? Afraid we'll take a shot at you?
Yuan was just saying, what are you so fierce about?
I'm going out to smoke.
I'll come with you.
What are you asking about my boyfriends for?
Just a little curious. When I used to study abroad, occasionally I had contact with your circle, but I didn't know them very well, but I really admire you.
Admire me? What about me do you admire?
There are many. I won't be able to finish speaking all the good things you want to hear.
You can tell me slowly, later. We'll have plenty of time for that anyway.
This is a nice vase you photographed.
Yuan.
Colin, let me introduce to you. This is the curatorial director, ENG DUB.
Hi, I just came to say hello to you. There are still things to do here, so I'll leave first.
She's beautiful, you have a good eye.
Please don't misunderstand.
I'm not misunderstanding, I know she's your ex-girlfriend.
How do you know?
Not telling you. This vase is for you.
Thank you.
I knew it.
We'll hang out together in the future. Colin likes you a lot, you are very interesting.
I'm very interesting. All right.
Then we'll go first.
You don't have to worry too much about Li Shu, he doesn't know any better.
It's okay, I don't mind.
Zheng Yuan. Relax, they're all watching. See you next time.
And I.
Yuan, are you and Colin friends?
He's my client.
I saw you guys hugging and thought, how can that be? If you weren't straight, Bai Jian would have been the first to strike.
You also said before that the circle separates clearly.
But it's possible that some just like to mess with straight guys. I heard from Bai Jian that Colin's style isn't like that.
Bai Jian, talk to him.
The circle acknowledges Colin as the flower of the highest mountains. He's unattainable. To be liked by Colin is like winning the lottery.
It's that exaggerated.
Colin is recognized as a good lover. He's romantic and considerate, but also has a sense of propriety.
I shouldn't leave the vase empty. I'll buy a bouquet of flowers on the way back.
Are you going on a date?
Ha!
Then what are you buying flowers for if not for a date?
I have a new vase at home, it's empty.
Oh. He's suddenly so literary, something's not right about him.
Mr. Zhang?
Li Laoban, what are you doing here?
Mr. Zhang bought flowers?
Yes, to add some color to my home. Li Laoban, shall we find a place to sit?
Here is your Americano. I'll be busy at the lobby, just call me if you need anything.
Cafe owner.
Thanks.
No need to be polite with me.
The cafe owner is a straight man. Because I'm not out of the closet, I have a lot of friends around me who are straight.
It's just friends, it doesn't matter.
Mr. Zhang is also very interesting. Although you're obviously straight, there are a lot of gay people around you.
It's all fate.
Has Mr. Zhang ever questioned his orientation? You don't have much of a reaction. Do you want to try kissing a man?
No, I don't.
What if I were Colin instead?
Yan Shuwang wouldn't do something like this.
Don't think too well of him. If he wanted to kiss you just now, would you be able to refuse?
Guess who I met? Your little Mr. Zhang. The aesthetics of straight men are not good. These flowers are too vulgar, they don't match the vase you gave him. Moments, add some color to your life. Li Shu, I don't think he's very repulsive to men, so you don't need to be so careful. I probed him today to help you out. I almost kissed him, and he didn't get mad. People can be really good looking, you have good taste. Are you really serious this time?
How come Colin still hasn't replied yet?
Hello. Colin has friend verification turned on. You are not her friend, please send a friend verification request first. You can chat only after approval. Send friend verification.
What?
What are you trying to do by messing with Colin? Stay away from Zheng Yuan, Colin is pretty scary. How dare you kiss his man?
I didn't actually kiss him.
Fortunately you didn't. I'll come and collect your course when you do.
Did you buy flowers yesterday? What are you looking at?
Let's say someone received a gift, and they posted on Moments to thank the person who gave the gift, but the gifter didn't like the Moments post. What do you think he means?
What else can it mean? He's not interested in her. Most women that receive a gift they like will generally post on Moments to stand out, and tell the man who gave the gift, I quite like you. If the man then likes the post, this back and forth exchange leads to a hookup.
It's surprising how it can work like that.
It's all an idea, you just have to think more. What? You didn't leave a like on someone's post, and they came to you to complain?
Yan Shuwang didn't like my Moments message, but I can't complain anyway. What do you call this matter? Is Yan Shuwang a water demon? Can he compel people?
Go coax them if you really like them, or they'll misunderstand. What a pity!
Are you kidding? Who's coaxing who? Hello?
Xiao Zheng, it's been a while since you came to our company.
It hasn't been that long, only week or two. Brother, do you miss me, or do you just want to drink?
I recently got a few bottles of New Zealand craft brew. Their milk stout brand was the champion of last year's World Beer Competition. Do you want to try?
Stout has a strong taste. Are you used to drinking it?
It's just stout. The hops taste like milk. You'll like it for sure.
Okay, you set the time, we'll have a few drinks.
Let's do it today. The alcohol is all ready.
Mr. Zheng,
Mr. Yen also came.
your flower vase is beautiful.
I thought you didn't see it.
Mr. Zheng, as long as it's about you, there's nothing I don't know.
Xiao Zheng, I still remember when you were at the counter, a little fledgling. When I came by to do the accounting, you smiled at me. You were so shy.
Brother, you only visited a few times. The one who came to the bank is usually Sister Yen, right?
Says who? I've been there many times, but the counter was busy, so you didn't even have the chance to greet us.
Us?
Look at my memory. When Our We Go was still a broken workshop, several times it was Director Yen that personally went. Do you still remember? But at that time, Mr. Yen didn't have long hair, so you probably don't recall.
You've seen me before.
I don't remember.
Right, it was also 7 or 8 years ago. Life is not a novel, yet he still plays the role of someone with a crush. Then I'm quite a big person.
What do you think? Do you think I feel in love with you at first sight, or do you think it's a long-time crush? Zheng Yuan, you are a little too sure of yourself.
It's me who made a fool of myself, don't mind, Mr. Yen.
How come you don't have a girlfriend?
Emotional matters can't be dealt with too carelessly.
You don't have a need?
A need for what?
Kissing, getting into bed. You don't want these kinds of things?
I'm so busy with work that I'm on the verge of becoming a monk. I'm not really a casual person after all.
Do you want to smoke?
Thanks. I'll light it for you.
I like that you're not casual.
Don't talk about me all the time. How come Mr. Yen is not looking for someone?
There's no one suitable.
What type do you like?
It doesn't matter whether I like them, as long as they like me.
Who wouldn't like you?
Do you?
Please don't make fun of me, Mr. Yen.
I'm not making fun of you, I like you. Did you send Zhang Jin off?
Did Mr. Yen call for a ride?
It's not good to call a taxi this late.
Why don't you take my car? I got a chauffeur.
All right.
They seem to be a bit far away, why don't I change to someone else? Oh right, Mr. Yen, where do you?
Did you know, when you drink too much, your neck turns red?
You can let go.
Don't be embarrassed.
You drank yesterday?
With We Go members.
Did Yen Shuang also go?
Yes.
Isn't he a little too attached to you? How many times has he invited you in private?
Why are you talking so ambiguously?
See for yourself. What part of all of this is not ambiguous? But after all, We Go is a big client, they should be better served. Ask if he can play mahjong with us. Yen Shuang sets the bar so high, perhaps we have to give him some fireworks.
He's quite a firework himself, a different kind of firework, that is.
Can you play Mayong? Flowers or whiteboard? Flowers, a bet of 5 yuan. Qin Hongwan usually doesn't come to a small bet game.
How did you know it was him who asked?
Because I know you don't play mahjong much.
Don't stare at people, it's impolite.
We're all guys, a few more looks wouldn't hurt.
Come in.
What's wrong with this Qin Hongguang? A moment ago he was staring at Yen Shuang, and now he's staring at this lady. I kicked the wrong person.
Hurry! Yuan, quick, it's your turn.
Who's Yuan?
It's me, the combined pinyin of Yuan is Yuan. President Qin tends to shout my name wrong when he's in a hurry.
It's a really cheesy name.
When he used to work at the counter, all the ants and girls called him Yuan, and then when he became a leader, there are fewer people who call him that now.
Am I here to only give away money? I'm always at gunpoint.
It's been a while since we've started playing. What's there to lose with such little money you have now?
5 myriad.
Oh,
You won?
I won.
My Shu Wan called the first shots.
Yuan, go buy some candy.
Yuan, you are too considerate. You bought so many flavors of candy. It's really hard to find fault in you.
What do you want to find my faults for? Dock my salary?
Oh, it tastes great.
They're rare to eat, so surely they must be delicious.
Yuan, hurry up.
Yuan, do you want a piece of candy?
Thanks, I'll get it myself. Do you also want one, Mr. Yen?
Will you help unwrap it for me? It's pretty sweet.
I won.
Mr. Yen, your mouth is softening from eating others.
My hands are long enough.
Yuan.
Please don't give me a hard time, I'll play my tiles.
Shu Wan, you're spoiling Yuan too much. How much money are you going to lose today?
He'll lose until he takes off his pants.
Yuan, that's the second time.
What second time?
Best you don't ask.
Yuan, you won so much from Mr. Yen. Aren't you going to invite him for dinner?
Do you want to go eat dinner together?
Sure.
Mr. Yen, you can really drink.
Want to order some more beer to rinse your mouth?
Give him a break, he'll have to hang on in 4 tomorrow if he keeps drinking.
What are you smiling about?
Did you drink enough?
Does it seem like I did?
You kind of do.
Your lower lashes are really long and milky.
Yuan is only 5 years younger than you, but then again, he doesn't still smell of his mother's milk.
That's different, milky is milky. I'm going to the restroom.
I'll also go.
Are you little girls holding hands?
What exactly are you looking at?
Nothing.
As I thought, they turn quite red. It's all hot at the back of your ears.
Be careful on the way home.
You might as well have sent him back yourself.
No way, it's a waste of time to send a very straight man home. It's not like I can do anything anyway. I'm also going to go first.
Do you have any cigarettes?
I only have candy.
Are you a child? Only children eat candy all the time.
It rained so suddenly. I called for a car, you.
Sorry. He is with me, please let him through.
Sir, I've arrived at your location.
Alright. The car I called for is here, let's go together. A little detour will be fine.
You had a little too much to drink. I'm afraid you'll vomit if we drive around for too long.
Why does he always turn me down?
It's easy to feel gloomy when it rains.
Ha!
The sun will come out tomorrow, so cheer up.
I didn't do anything last night, did I?
What did you want to do? Piss in public?
That's not okay. I didn't piss, right?
Hey, don't.
You have another one. Don't be stingy.
I don't know why, but I always feel like I have to save this candy for someone.
Hey, you know that Mr. Jiao is gay, right?
You knew?
I knew earlier when he tried to pick me up at first.
No matter how you look at it, it looks like he's making a fool of himself.
I'm serious. When we first met, He asked me if I wanted to try kissing a man.
The gay people's way of doing things is really not good. Li Shu is asking that a standard in the circle. So what did you reply?
I said, I'll try it. Jiao Tang's lips are quite soft, almost like kissing a woman, but that's about it. Kissing women is better.
President Qin, you should go. Your scum smell is so bad that I'm afraid it will stick to me.
Mr. Yan, I was looking for you. Sister Luo Yan called.
Sister Luo Yan, what's the matter?
She said WeGo has a team building this Saturday and asked if we were going to join.
Chen Li's classroom.
The team building activities of large companies usually invite the leaders of the investors to observe. Corporate partners such as banks are also responsible for sponsoring prizes. The leaders only need to sign the procurement lists. It doesn't matter whether they are present or not.
Now that I think about, I haven't seen Yan Shu Wang for 4 or 5 days.
Leader.
Of course we'll go. Tell Sister Luo Yan that I'll definitely be there. Students, you can't take pictures.
Then can we take a picture of you, handsome brother?
You can't do that either.
Ah. He's coming over here.
Is he a star? So handsome.
What are you doing?
Nothing much, just chatting a bit.
Come down here.
Is the game about to start?
What a pity.
Did anyone ask for your phone number?
How can that happen when they're all filming you?
Me? How come they're not filming you?
Mr. Yan, please don't tease me.
Mr. Zheng came.
Hello, Sister Luo Yan. I looked from afar and thought you were a college student.
My, it's different when Mr. Zheng compliments people. You talk as if it were true.
Someone both intelligent and considerate like Zheng Yuan is rare. It's a pity that the banking system is so stable, otherwise he'd be recruited.
He was recruited 8 years ago.
Then why wasn't he brought in? 8 years ago, he was still a clerk. Maybe now there's a chance? Xiao Zheng doesn't have girlfriend, right? It's quite obvious that he's a keeper.
Sorry for holding you back.
It's nothing, games are all about teamwork. I'll head to the locker room first. I forgot to bring cigarettes. Oh well, I'll just eat this.
What are you eating?
Candy.
Candy again, you really are like a child.
I'm only 5 years younger than you.
What kind are you eating?
Plum candy, it was supposed to be for you.
For me?
When we played mahjong before, I noticed you liked it and bought some more, but unfortunately, Qin Hongguang stole one.
Is that so?
Yep. Your hair is dripping wet. I remember there was a hair dryer in.
How does it taste?
Didn't you have it before?
I don't remember the taste too well.
I've already eaten the last one, so I'll have to buy more for you later. Hair dryer, hair dryer.
Don't move. I want to have a taste.
Taste what?
Where's the candy?
Didn't I tell you I ate it already? For adults, the more they react to something, the more they seem to care. A man being harassed isn't a thing. Moreover, I missed the best opportunity to retaliate against Yan Shuang when I didn't throw a punch at him after being kissed.
Let's go. Luo Yan has booked us a room in the restaurant.
Alright.
Yuan, come sit with us. You're not required to drink if you're seated at this table.
Thank you.
Colin, have some juice. It's better than alcohol. Yuan, what have you been up to lately?
What else? Other than the usual work and overtime. Mr. Li, he seems to be a busy man.
Ignore him. He's just messing about. Oh right? I heard he went to see you previously?
He didn't, we ran into each other.
He's just being playful. Please don't mind him. If he's rude to you again, just slap him.
Sure, I'll throw a punch at him. But aren't I being a little double standard here?
What's going on with you two?
Nothing.
Oh no, he has finished a whole bottle of red wine. I better help him out.
Relax. Colin doesn't get drunk easily.
How good can he hold his liquor?
You'll see.
What are you doing out here?
They all went to puke.
You can really hold your liquor. Want one?
Why didn't you throw a punch at me?
You're my client. I have no reason to throw punch at you. Besides, I have nothing to lose being kissed by you since you're better looking than Li Shu. Oh wait. You're better looking than everyone I've ever met.
Why'd you break up with your ex-girlfriend?
We don't get along, and I certainly can't force her to settle down with me against her will. Are you going back to the table?
Nah. There's no point.
I've never seen you drunk.
Well, you can't get drunk with red wine.
Why didn't you two call me along?
You don't even smoke.
We could still talk even though I don't smoke.
Why don't you guys continue, and I'll go in first.
I'll go with you.
Li Shu is being a nuisance again.
It's normal to get drunk. I'll get him a driver to send him home.
Yuan, how amiable of you. No wonder Colin is so fond of you. You drove here, right? Then I'll leave Colin.
Leave him to me. I'll send him home.
Thank you so much.
Is it here?
Yes.
Here, let me help you with that. Good night and sweet dreams. Yen Shuan.
You know what? There was one time I met A.
Tell me later. I need to make a trip downstairs now.
What for?
I'm going to see Mrs. Zhang.
Is she the one who's been supportive when you were still a teller at the branch office?
Yeah.
Then why didn't she set you up with her daughter since she's so fond of you?
Her daughter got married long ago.
Hey, what brings you here?
I'm here to see Mrs. Zhang.
Mrs. Zhang, Yuan is here to see you. Please come over to the counter when you're done with what's on your hand. So why are you so free to drop by today?
I decide to stop by to have a look since it's the month-end close process.
I heard you closed a big deal with WeGo?
Yeah, corporate lending. Are you still in charge of their deposit slips?
Their accountant often asked about you after you left. 2 years ago, even their chief financial officer asked about you.
Their chief financial officer?
Yeah, Yen Shuang. He came to deliver the deposit slips to us in WeGo's early days, do you remember? His hair was still pretty short at that time, and he looked like a celebrity, but he rarely came, and all the ladies were looking forward to seeing him.
I don't remember. Have I ever spoken to him before?
I think so. He usually came here for the senior executives. Luo Yan was the one in charge of the submission, but I think he spoke to you once or twice before.
Did he say something about the banknotes being hot to touch?
You remembered.
Few years ago.
We need the password. It's a 6-digit password.
Why can't we just withdraw it at the counter? Since it's only 200 yuan.
Hello, Granny. You can't withdraw it at the counter as the withdrawal amount is too little. Why don't I ask the lobby manager to escort you to the automated teller machine for the withdrawal? Hello, a granny would like to withdraw her money. Can you assist her with it?
Our hands are full here, so we couldn't send someone over. Do you mind assisting her instead?
Counter close.
Sure. Let me escort you to the automated teller machine.
WeGo's finance personnel is here, and they're waiting for the receipt.
Sorry for keeping you waiting.
You sure are busy. Well, it's normal in the service industry. I'd also like to deposit money into my savings account.
This is a large amount.
Yeah. Please help me with this as I can't deposit such a large amount by the ATM, and I don't want to stand in line at the counter.
Is the money counting machine broken?
It's all right. I'll do the counting myself.
Why don't you wait upstairs while I get this done?
That's pretty fast. The banknotes must be hot to touch.
Here you go again.
How could they not be since there are so many of them?
Not really. It's only 50,000 yuan.
How bold of you to say that Yan's bonus of 50,000 yuan was a small amount of money before her superior. That explains why you left such an impression on him.
What I meant was that the amount of money deposited was less than the amount I used for counting practice, since we typically practice with 100,000 yuan or so.
Anyway, you shouldn't have said that since it was quite condescending.
Duly noted, ma'am. Did he say anything else after that?
We were busy at that time, and he's a senior executive, so why would he bother to speak with the likes of us? However, there was a time where he'd often come and wait alongside Yan in the lobby. I even saved photos of him from different angles. Do you want to have a look?
He's not even a celebrity.
With Yan Shuang around, no celebrity matters anymore.
What are you guys talking about?
We were just talking about the time when Yuan was still a teller and Yan was here for business.
Oh right. Luo Yan did ask about your whereabouts after you left.
Was she the one who asked, or did she ask on someone else's behalf?
Who else do you think would ask about you?
Here, let me try.
Aren't you busy, Mr. Zhang?
Yes, but counting money wouldn't take much time. Oh, many apologies, but this counter is not open to the public.
The banknote no longer seems to be hot to touch as you are slower than before.
Why is he here?
I've no idea. We bumped into each other in the lobby. Maybe he's here to sign up for a credit card and followed me here for a cup of tea.
You must be joking. Do you think a man like Yan Shuang would have to sign up for a credit card? We've long given him a black card.
Keep it down. This is the only tea I have here. Sorry about that, Mr. Yan.
Yuan, what are you doing? What took you so long? What brings you here today, Mr. Yan?
I'm here for personal matters.
You should have gone to the VIP lounge. The lobby is noisy and crowded with people. Yuan, why didn't you take Mr. Yan to the VIP lounge?
It's all right. I handled my matters in the lobby a few years ago as well. I'm used to it.
Now that you mentioned it, I remember Yuan was still a teller at that time.
At that time, many of the deposit slips of Yan's were handled by me.
I still have matters that I need to attend to, so Yuan, please keep Mr. Yan entertained.
Isn't that what I'm doing now?
Goodbye.
If Mrs. Zhang hadn't brought it up, I wouldn't have remembered you being at the counter.
The tea has gone cold, so he made a fresh one.
I've only been here for a few times.
That's enough for you to be the talk of the town.
If I'm really the talk of the town, then why didn't you remember me?
My bad.
There's a perk of being a senior executive.
And what's that?
Having my own office, so I can smoke whenever I want.
That's true.
Do you have any plans this weekend?
Are you asking me out?
Don't get ahead of yourself.
I haven't thought about what to do during the weekend. But usually, if I'm not working, I either crash at my parents' place or stay at home.
Then let's hit the gym.
I guess that's the best we corporate slaves can do.
Not really. Those that are married with children can go camping together.
Don't you think that is discriminatory to us bachelors?
I have camping gear, so I can take you camping if you're really interested.
It's better to take a dog with you than a man. At least it feels more like a family outing if you take a dog. Oh no, I went overboard with my jokes. Yan Shuan's is gay, so it's sensitive to joke about things like family. Sorry, please don't take it personally.
It's alright. Camping is quite interesting, so why don't you think about it?
Let's go swimming at the gym instead. I played badly during our last basketball game and even caused Yen Shuang to trip over. But it's different this time since I was on the varsity swimming team. I'm good at all swimming strokes.
Okay.
Things to bring tomorrow. Do you wear a swimming brief or a swimming boxer? Take a guess. You're such a teaser. It'll only be teasing if I address you as brother dearest. Go ahead then. I address Zhang Jin as brother, but do you think you're the same as him? Now you're being a teaser.
This is new.
Quit making fun of me.
What are you looking at?
You look like a Jiangnan wit.
A Jiangnan wit wouldn't be wearing a swimming brief.
As the saying goes, one with a fine-looking waist must have Michaelis rot. I expect no less from Yen Shuang, one of Nua's finest creation.
What are you laughing at?
That's a great figure you got there, Mr. Yen. You're well-toned, be it the back or the front.
You swim pretty fast.
I'm nowhere as fast as I used to be. I used to break records during my university days.
Come closer.
What's the matter?
You must be a fish.
Why aren't you swimming?
Yuan.
Yes.
Do you plan to get a girlfriend anytime soon?
Why do you ask?
Nothing. I just think it should be easy for you to get a girlfriend.
And what if it's easy? You can't date a girl casually because she needs to be loved and cherished. It's not as simple as getting laid once.
Do you have shampoo?
You didn't bring it. The shampoo provided is not that good.
You can't be fussy when you're out.
Here you go.
Thanks.
I'll have to call for the front desk as there seems to be something wrong with the lock.
Tap your key on it, and hold still.
I thought something was wrong with it. Where's the hairdryer?
Stop moving around and put your pants on.
Found it. Didn't I already put my pants on?
Putting on only your underwear is not the same as putting your pants on.
Here you go. Don't be mad, I'm going to get dressed now. I found the cigarettes. Do you want one?
Do you behave the same when you swim with others?
I've only ever swam with you.
I'm not a woman. So I don't need you to be mindful of my emotion, nor do I need you to cherish and be considerate of me. We can get laid once. All you need to do is lie still, and I'll take the lead.
Does he actually yearn for my body? I thought as long as I never took the leap, he'll always remain as a person from the other side. But, we're currently in an obscure relationship that is confusing and perplexing yet well-defined.
Why don't you give man a shot? Since we're both adults satisfying each other's needs, it's no big deal. After that, he never spoke a word, such a tough nut to crack. What are you laughing at?
Don't you feel uncomfortable?
What can I do since you refuse to lend a hand?
You have to let me mentally prepare myself, since I've never dated a man before. I know you're going to say you're not a woman, so I need not be mindful of your emotions since it wouldn't have mattered. But please let me have my fun a little longer. In case we really get into a relationship, albeit not a romantic one, I should still cherish and be considerate of you.
Ewan, I heard that you and Colin have been spending a lot of time together. It suddenly occurred to me today that Bai Jian's exhibition wasn't the first time I saw Colin. A few years ago, I was waiting for you to get off work, and I saw Colin at the bank. He was there to exchange his torn banknote for a new one.
I exchanged it for him.
He doesn't want an exchange, but had you help him to tape up the torn part instead. That's when it occurred to me how amiable you are. You look so gentle when you're helping him with the banknote.
What's on your mind? Tell me. Is it work-related?
I'd have worked overtime if it was work-related.
Then it must be a relationship problem. Did you encounter a girl that's difficult to court?
Not really. It's more of a homosexual dalliance.
Go on.
How nosy of you. I came across something rather interesting. Two unassociated people turn out to have known each other long ago. It's regrettable that we only found out recently.
That's it? What's so regrettable about it? Are you sorry that you only recall about it now, or you've known each other too early?
I guess both are regrettable.
Attaboy. How romantic it is for old flames to rekindle.
What's it about?
It's to thank the big daddies. Participation by either you or Mr. Shue will do, or if neither of you can make it, then all you need to do is write us a letter. Jay-Z Bank have two team-building campaign every year, mid-year and the end of the year. Sometimes they will invite corporate clients with high net worth to the campaign to boost their reputation. Those that are appreciative of them will come, whereas those that aren't will send a congratulatory letter.
Do you look forward to my participation?
It'll be great if you come.
Then do you miss me?
Now he's pushing his luck.
How boring. Initially, I intended to sneak up on him, but he has sharp eyes and noticed me immediately. Hi.
Restrain yourself.
What does that mean?
You're staring a hole in me. And now you're out of line.
Hey, you're here too.
He's coming over.
Is it too warm here?
Yeah, I think the AC is not cooling.
Is it? It's quite cooling to me.
Is there anything else you need from us?
I'm only here to say hi to Mr. Yen. How about I sit next to you for dinner later? I can help fill your bowl.
Sure.
So is that a yes or no? What do you think about our event, Mr. Yen?
Hi, Mr. Qin.
My white knight. Finally, I don't have to deal with Yen Shuang, that ice queen. It's been a while.
It's a little stuffy here. Let's step outside for some fresh air.
Okay. It's so hot outside.
Does your company require you to wear a suit?
Well, we're the organizer. Besides, we've invited many big shots. So it's better to be more well-dressed.
Let me go check us into a room.
What for?
So you can take a shower and chill for a little. What are you standing there for?
Oh. Could a man like him really be in love with me?
Mr. Yen, this is the afternoon tea we specifically prepared for you. Apart from that, is there anything else you need?
Why don't you take a shower now and change out of your dirty clothes for them to wash?
Then what am I going to wear?
It'll only take 2 hours for them to dry clean your clothes, so in the meantime, we can wait in the room.
All right.
Get a pair of underwear as well.
Sure, Mr. Yen. Calm down, Jing Yuan.
You didn't lock the door.
I forgot.
Did you do it on purpose?
No. Please put the items outside.
What are you afraid of?
I'm showering, and I'm naked, so it's inappropriate.
Perfect then. Let me join you. Excuse me. I want to wash my hair. Quit staring.
I did not.
I thought of taking it slow.
What?
Do you know that you are excited now? We're just giving each other a hand, so it's no big deal. What a good boy.
You don't seem to be the kind of guy that would please others in bed.
Then why don't you take the lead?
Why were you leaving so many hickeys on me?
It's for the women to see because I'm afraid you'll sleep with them.
I'm not that kind of guy.
I know. It's just a precaution.
You've had your clothes ironed. Where have you been?
I sweat too much, so I checked into a room and took a shower.
You're spending on yourself at the expense of the company.
Well, I didn't even give you the receipt for reimbursement.
Where's Mr. Yen?
He is.
I'm sorry, everyone, Mr. Chin. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Mr. Yen, you're finally here.
Hi, Mr. Zheng.
Hi, Mr. Yen.
What are you doing? Pretending not to know each other?
How can I? I need to show him some respect when we're in public.
Why do you smell the same?
Nah, Mr. Zheng smells much better.
It's the smell of money, so how good can he smell?
Stop sniffing.
Do you smell it?
It tickles.
He's right. It does smell good.
Yeah, you smell good, sweet as hell. Happy now?
Which meme Chen Li sent do you like? They all look fine to me.
Are you seeing someone? Seeing as how you've been smiling so gleefully.
Are you jealous?
Why would I? I'm popular among the ladies.
Yen Shuang is still the best.
This is a private campsite. We can camp there. The times you've mentioned about camping, you seem to like it a lot.
Because it's fun.
What's so fun about it?
I can't take it anymore. I'm leaving.
I used to camp alone with my dog. We stayed in a tent for 2 days, and it was quite nice.
So I'm the dog then?
Of course not. You're different.
I'm serious. Just you and me in a tent. And a dog, with you stargazing in my arms. And dream nothing but me. Alright, camping it is. Please wait for a moment.
Mind you, I might take this into account during your performance appraisal.
Here you go, Mr. Zheng. Mrs. Zhang is still in a meeting, so you'll need to wait a while for the company stamp. Look there. That's where Yen Shuang usually sits.
How is it that you remember everything?
That's because he sits at there all the time, and the only thing missing is an exclusively for Yen Shuang sign.
I see, so that's where he usually sits?
Yeah, it left me with such a strong impression that I couldn't possibly forget even if I wanted.
The spot where he usually sits is right in front of the counter where I once worked.
I have 0 camping experience, so what should I bring? Nothing, just yourself.
What about a change of clothes? Don't we need to shower in such a scorching weather?
How fussy of you.
It surprises me that Yen Shuang doesn't care if he could shower or not, which is so not gay of him.
What did you pack?
I packed a rice cooker and some rice. Can't I?
What can I do about them now? Toss them out.
You're right. I even packed candles, torchlight, electric fan, shower gel, mosquito repellent, and apples.
You even packed apples?
Yeah, I packed a few kinds of fruits. Which one do you prefer?
Let's pick a dog.
Are there really dogs?
Yes, there's a dedicated working dog center on the campsite. There are horses as well, so you can ride a few laps before we push off for the campsite.
I got.
Let's go. Let me introduce you to the owner of campsite, Shen.
Nice to meet you, Shen.
Nice to meet you too. What a handsome man. It's the first time Shuang brought someone along with him since he always comes alone.
With a dog.
I'll have someone bring the dog over.
Why don't you bring it home?
This is a working dog, an actual civil servant, so it has to work during weekdays. Whereas during weekends, it'll take a breather by being the camper's companion. Let's push off for the campsite after the sun sets a little more. What are you doing?
Let me peel an apple for you to eat. What's wrong?
Don't you think you act like a wifey who's going on a trip with his hubby for the first time? Beans.
For some reason, I think even the dog's more useful than me.
All you need to do is sit tight.
You're doing too much. It's so hot.
It'll be better in the evening.
Is there really no way to take a shower?
If you don't mind showering in the stream.
Showering naked in the open air, I think I'll pass.
Beans.
Come here, Beans.
Beans.
Are you jealous?
Of what?
That Beans like me more.
I'm actually jealous that you like the dog.
Well, I can't be calling you over all the time, can I?
Why don't you give it a shot?
Yan Shuan. Yan Shuan. What are you blushing for, and why aren't you coming over to me? Yan Shuan.
They ended up sleeping with their chairs pushed together.
Are you awake? My camping friends gave us a pot of matsutake mushroom.
Camping friends? So what did you give them?
I gave them half of our fruits. You packed too much. It's like we were kids going on a field trip.
I packed hot pot seasoning, too. Let's invite your friends over for hot pot later.
Are you Doraemon?
Are you a friend of Mr. Yen? That's wonderful. As you guys look great together. We'll take these back to our place and leave you two alone.
Thank you.
Did Xiao-Qi say something to you just now?
Why do you ask?
It's fine if you won't admit it since Xiao-Qi won't blabber.
What are you talking about? What do you mean by I don't have to admit it?
I'm not looking for trouble, so don't be mad.
I'm not mad. I just feel hurt. And this is making me uneasy for some reason.
Yuan. Why didn't I realize how petty you were in the past?
No, I'm not. You're not that generous either, considering you once had me tape up a torn banknote of yours. I remember very clearly.
What else?
The reason you always sat in front of the counter I used to work, was it to watch me?
I've always been watching you. If you never found out about it, I'd have watched you quietly for a very long time. There is some stubble.
Yeah, I know you're a man. Since we've done it.
Well, not all the way. I fear you'll call it quits if we go all the way.
I doubt it, since it felt good and I enjoyed it. You shouldn't think so badly of me. I'm not the kind of person who dates around.
I know.
So don't be so insecure.
There are some things that you don't understand. My feelings for you exist regardless of whether you agree or refuse to date me, or even if you never found out about my feelings for you or never reciprocated to it. Since my feelings for you are mine alone, and it ain't that fragile. It's in a safe place. Although it belongs to you, it also belongs to me.
You still don't trust me.
It has nothing to do with trust, but rather I don't want to impose it on you. You might still find our relationship intriguing after a few years, but what about 5 or even 10 years later, since you don't bat for the other team? You've always dated women, and your life plan was to get married and have a family before you met me. So are you willing to give that all up? I'm well past the age where I live for the moment. I want to give you everything I have. But if you stop wanting it one day, I won't have anybody else to give it to.
Don't think too much. It's fine the way we are now. How cunning of him. He asks me not to stress over it while he's the one who holds the key to my heart. It's been 3 days since I last heard from him.
What's gotten into you? Did you get dumped?
Do I look like one that will get dumped?
Well, it's not like you haven't been dumped before. But it seems different this time.
Different how?
It's like you've happily picked an auspicious day to register your marriage at the Ministry of Civil Affairs with your household register, but you end up getting stood up on that day.
Will you just shut up? How naive of me to think he's showing me off when I can't even tell if it's a dog or a human.
Where did you go last week?
I went sightseeing with a friend.
Oh, is it a man or a woman?
Why do you ask?
What's wrong with me prying since I'm merely concerned about my son's relationship issues?
Hey Mom, how did you know that Dad is the one?
I knew it something's up. Well, relationships usually happen at the spur of the moment. However, it wouldn't take a lot of time for you to tell whether you're really in love with that person.
Is love alone enough to get married?
What more do you need? Why must you youngsters complicate things? What's wrong with marrying for love? Whether we get married or not, I'll still love him nonetheless. So of course I would spend the rest of my life with him. Who else? A dog? Even if it's a dog, it needs to be one that you like, isn't it?
Yeah.
Love Art Gallery. You know there was a museum of broken relationships, right? The team behind it has curated another one with a contrasting theme, and I've invited Shu, so let's go together. Sure.
Will he be there? He isn't here, as expected.
Did you have a fight with Colin?
No.
Colin may appear to be easygoing, but he's actually pretty stubborn, so don't be mad at him.
I'm not. It's rainbow amber.
Do you want to take a look?
Can we take it out?
Others know, but you can't, since it belongs to Yen Shuang. Enjoy yourself. I'm going to get Shu.
Hi. Where are you?
Are you done with the exhibition?
Not yet. I'm looking at your bracelet. Yen Shuang, you're right that I don't bat for the other team. And the future is unpredictable, so I'm uncertain if I'll regret it. However, I want to be with you at this moment. Where are you now?
At the entrance of the exhibition.
Stay where you are. I'm coming to you. Why should I move to your place when you can live here?
Well, my place have 2 more rooms than yours.
So what? We can sleep in separate rooms when we get into a fight? Are you here to help me or to watch me?
I'm here to kiss you. Close your eyes. Let's do this for now.
Are you worried that I can't get in the mood?
Please cut me some slack.
The representatives from WeGo are coming over at 3 o'clock.
Why? Is there an issue with their loan?
God knows. Zhang Jin is being mysterious. He only coming, so let's just keep told me that they're them entertained. Why the sudden interest in beating?
It's a gift.
This friend of yours is quite thoughtful, as Amber has a good allegory.
What allegory?
Well, amber comes in a variety of ages, and its color changes with its age, so it's difficult to gather this many of them to make it into a bracelet.
Isn't it romantic?
Yeah, it's pretty romantic. This friend of yours is quite thoughtful since there's a story behind each of them. Gifting you an amber bracelet, it's akin to gifting you myriad years of earth.
Myriad years, huh?
Hi, Mr. Zhang.
Hi, Ms. Gua.
Qin Hongguan is currently attending to the people from Uyghur, so if you want him now, I doubt he's in his office.
They are already here.
Yeah, they've been here a while and Mr. Qin is showing them around since they said they wanted to take a look at our office.
What's there to look at? Moreover, what's Yen Shuang thinking by not dropping by at my office when he's here?
I was about to take them to your office, but you came up to look for us instead. Hi, Xiao Zheng.
Hi, Mr. Yen. Aren't you busy recently?
I need to drop by regardless of how busy I am.
Mr. Yen, you're really something. If it weren't for you, Yuan wouldn't bother dropping by at my office.
Oh, is it?
Hey Qin, there are a few contracts on your table that I need you to sign by today.
Fine, but why the hurry?
It's pretty urgent.
I'm still trying to find big clients.
Zheng Yuan alone will do, so please go and do what you have to do.
Yuan is my subordinate, so why are you ordering him around as if he's yours? For some reason I feel like a third wheel again.
Do you want one?
No, thank you.
Ahem, there are surveillance cameras around here, so calm down.
Where?
Quit staring at me. I won't kiss you even if you do.
However, your look says otherwise.
My bad? Sorry to keep you waiting. My stomach was aching just now.
Please have a seat, and I'll serve you gentlemen some tea.
I'll go with you.
When did boss become so approachable?
Yesterday. Is your body all right? There isn't any surveillance camera around here.
How indirect of you. So what are you trying to pull?
To get you used to it. Do it yourself.
How stingy of you, sir. It's rare to be able to drink tea served by Xiao Zheng. Do you want one, Mr. Yen?
Why were you staring at me? I'm not restraining you from it.
No, thanks.
Oh, it appears that you're trying to quit smoking.
You're going public in 2 years. Shouldn't you come up with a Chinese name?
There's no rush since our other name is already in use, and the market is familiar with it as well. Moreover, our public relations are not just for show.
So what's the other name?
It's time for us to go.
It's realistic sophistication. Isn't it catchy? And what great name.
Aren't you burning your bridges by renting your house out as soon as you move in with me?
I'm only renting it out. Besides, if we get into a fight, I could always check myself into a hotel.
As if I'm going to get into a fight with you.
I'll share some of my habits with you. Currently, I'm an employee with a fixed salary. There will be a performance bonus every quarter, a year-end bonus every year, an insurance, and a housing fund. I also get 5 days of annual leave and am eligible for travel cost reimbursement. Even though I don't have the habit of keeping track of my expenditures, I have a clear understanding of my finances because I work in a bank. I have complete control over my debts, savings, and investments, which are the 3 main categories of finance, as well as stocks, unit trusts, and bonds. So that should be everything.
Bankers are simply too uptight.
I'm just giving you a brief view of my finance.
So are you going to be in charge of the books from now on?
Don't bosses usually have financial planners of their own?
There are, but it's different.
What's the difference since everyone is after your money? Our bank wouldn't be so eager about partnering with WeGo if it weren't for its enormous transaction with banks.
I'm talking about you and not the bank. Moreover, we didn't sign a prenup, so what's mine is yours. I still remember the first time I saw you.
Mr. Yen, which bank should we go next? The few commercial banks we just visited are simply too good at bureaucraties and circumlocution. I wonder if a newly established company looking to open a payroll account like ours caught their eye or not.
Let's go to JZ Bank. It's nearby.
I heard JZ Bank has the most beautiful employees.
Who cares since we're looking to open a payroll account and not love affairs?
Well, it's a feast for the eyes.
Hello, sir. How may I assist you today?
Hello, I'm a finance executive at WeGo, and we're looking to open. What a fantastic customer service. That young man has instructed us to go to the 3rd floor for any corporate services. He even made a phone call and said a staff will come down and assist us with it later.
Zheng Yuan?
Is this his name? I didn't even notice because he was so good looking that I was busy looking at his face instead.
Hello, are you looking to open a payroll account with us? Come this way, gentlemen. Verification of information won't take long. We'll get back to you as soon as possible.
I still think JZ Bank is the best option. Even your staff is different from other banks. The appearance and attitude of the young man working at the counter are really something. His name is
Zheng Yuan. His name is Zheng Yuan. Is he new?
No, he's been with us for quite a while. He's been with us for 3 years since he graduated. He was in charge of retail banking before being transferred to corporate banking.
Is he married?
He's only 25, so marriage is still way too early for him. But he appears to have a girlfriend, and I met her several times before. They look good together.
Why did you start smoking this brand?
Just trying it out.
This tastes a little mild. JZ Bank just called, and they sound very sincere, so let's pick them, shall we? What's wrong? Is there a problem?
No, sign it right away.
I'm your boss. Why are you so impatient with me?
Thank you so much for going through the trouble of sending me here personally for the deposit. I could have just called a cab instead.
No worries.
Why is he so motivated all of a sudden? Sir, why don't you take a seat while I look for Xiaozheng?
He appears to have cut his hair because it was much longer the last time I saw him.
It's been a while, Yen. How've you been?
Fine, thank you.
Did you cut your hair?
Yeah, I did. I had it trimmed, is it obvious? How does it look on me?
It looks very good on you. One with shorter hair tends to look fresher.
Then do you prefer short or long hair?
It depends. I'm okay with either.
He's lying as he clearly prefers it long. Even his girlfriend has long hair, and we've all met her before.
Well, first and foremost, she must like it herself. Yen, it's done, and this is the deposit receipt.
It's done, sir. Sorry to keep you waiting.
No worries.
Who are you looking at?
Nothing.
Why don't you get your hair cut now that it's so long?
I'm lazy.
Do you plan to grow it out? Your hair had gotten this long before I even realized it. Are you really that busy that you don't even have the time for a haircut?
Yeah.
You're indeed appealing inside out, but God knows who are you trying to appeal to. Also, why did you stop coming to our bank for the last 2 years?
Why should I when there isn't such a need?
But, you were often here at the beginning.
Alright, see you at the same time on Saturday.
Sir, Xiaozheng got transferred back, and I heard he got promoted as well.
Who'd you say again?
Zheng Yuan, the one who got transferred to the bank supervision department. You even asked about his whereabouts, remember?
Did I?
Yeah, we got in touch just recently. He's back at the Garden Park branch, and he's been promoted to the head of department. I heard he's still unmarried.
I'm going to drop by at Xue Chen's office.
For what?
We're going to get in contact with the bank soon to talk about our financing.
Isn't this being overseen by Yan and me? We've gotten in touch with a few banks, and many of them, including the Industrial Bank, are interested in it because of how lucrative is it.
What about JZ Bank?
Although we go way back, cooperating with a bank of this scale wouldn't benefit us when the interest rate offered to us are similar.
We must operate with conscience. How can we turn our nose up at them now just because we've achieved success when they haven't? Get in touch with them, and we'll decide what to do later.
Back to the current time.
Let me trim your bangs. Was I the reason that you grew out your hair?
Who said that?
I did.
What are you making a fuss about?
Relax, I won't touch the rest part of your hair. Since I like it too much. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I was so busy with KBERK assessment that I forgot to inform you that I won't be back for dinner again tonight.
I knew it. I'm now on my way to your office.
Are you bringing me food?
I'll say it's more like a family visit instead. Where should I place them?
Here will do.
Dig in. I'll wait for you on the couch.
Come, sit beside me.
You're surprisingly clingy.
Didn't you realize I wasn't sleeping next to you since I'd only been back around midnight these days?
I did since I wasn't asleep yet. When will the assessment end?
It'll take another month and so. Moreover, the one leading the assessment is here, so we need to keep that person entertained as well.
That's a lot of people you need to entertain.
Well, it certainly wouldn't be as happy as keeping you entertained.
Is that person a man or woman?
A man.
What's with that look of yours? I'm only asking.
It's a man, and he's much older than you. Surnamed Shen, and he'll only be coming in tomorrow, so I haven't met him yet. Relax. I doubt there's anything to see because most men his age would be bald with a beer belly. Are you at ease now? Aren't I a good boy?
KBERK. Shen Luo.
He's surprisingly good looking.
When do you change your type?
My name is Shen Luo, and nice to meet you. Which one of you is Mr. Zheng?
When Yuan gets so famous.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Shen, and welcome to our office. I'm Jing Yuan. This is our president, Mr. Qin.
Noted.
Should we start moving the documents?
They'll take care of it.
No worries, our staff can do it.
Let me help with that.
Excuse me, can I ask you something? Do you happen to know Xia Yang of SC Bank's new district branch?
I've had a few encounters with him, and we talked on WeChat before.
I see. Mr. Zheng. Do you mind if we exchange our WeChat contact?
As expected of you, Yuan. Don't you have a good relationship with Yan Shuang as well? Keeping one entertained is no different from keeping two entertained.
Who told you I need to keep Yan Shuang entertained?
If not, then is he the one keeping you entertained instead?
A bald guy with a beer belly.
He's actually not bad looking.
Even though he's not bad looking, he's still a man.
I'm a man too. It's different. You're Yan Shuang. You, too, are different. You're Yuan.
Have you got off work yet?
Yes, I'll come and pick you up.
Okay, let me inform the people from KBERK that I'm getting off work. Thank you, and let's continue tomorrow. Where are you going for dinner later, Mr. Shen?
I'm meeting a friend.
What a coincidence, me too.
Mr. Zheng, do you like going to art exhibitions?
I'm okay with it, but a friend of mine likes it better.
I saw it from your WeChat moments that you went to an embroidery exhibition last week.
He appears to be rather well acquainted with Xia Yang. Are you going to have dinner with Mr. Xia? Mr. Xia.
Xia Yang.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Zheng. I've heard so much about you. Shen. I decided to stop by because I know Mr. Shen will be here to carry out your bank assessment. Why don't we all have dinner together?
Mr. Shen has invited us for dinner. What do you think?
Maybe not today. It's inappropriate of me to have dinner with Mr. Shen since I'm carrying out the assessment on the bank he works for.
Didn't you have dinners with me the whole time when you were assessing our bank?
It's you, and not just anyone.
Let's go. I've made a reservation for dinner, and it's about time.
We'll be going then, Mr. Xia. Let's keep in touch on WeChat and have dinner some other time.
The dinner can only happen after I'm done with the assessment, so what's the hurry?
You do what you have to do, since me meeting with Shen will not affect you anyway.
You have to keep a distance from him.
I got it. Mr. Shen and Mr. Xia is a couple.
You're pretty oblivious to our kind of people.
That explains why I think he has a good fashion sense and similar vibes and looks as you.
He's only wearing a suit, so how can you tell he has a good fashion sense?
What are you jealous about?
A few days later.
For some reason, I sense that Shen Luo has been treating me way more nicer than before.
As you no longer pose a threat to him.
What threat?
Nothing will sew on between you and that Mr. Shen, since the both of you are merely acquainted.
Bank of Communications has released a Christmas limited edition debit card. We should release one as well.
We already got commemorative coins.
Those are simply too Oriental. We need something that is a fusion of Oriental and Western. Do you want one?
No thanks, I'm quitting smoking.
Are you serious? No wonder the ashtray on your table is gone. You must be seeing someone. Who is it?
Drink your tea.
Who would have thought this would happen to him?
It's just a gathering between close friends.
Are you going to propose to him?
Nah, I'm just gifting him a ring.
How prideful of him. Why don't you just admit it? It's clearly a proposal.
You must keep it a secret from Yuan. Hey, it's Christmas, so let's have dinner with our friends tonight.
Who's joining?
You know all of them. Why don't you invite a few of your friends too?
Like who? Qin Hangguan.
How can he be so adorable, handsome, gentle, good-tempered, cute, perfect, and honest? He deserves a banner at the very least.
I guess the reason why he asks me to invite my friends as well is that the more the merrier, but who should I invite?
Hi, Yuan.
Hey, young man.
Hey, mind you, I'm older than you.
Do you have anything planned for tonight? Otherwise, let's have dinner together. Yan Shuang is hosting a Christmas dinner. Why don't you join us if you've nothing planned for tonight?
Okay, me and Shin will be there.
Oh right. I had someone deliver you a suit, so change into it when you get off work.
Do I have to?
The suit you're wearing is unstylish, so I've picked out a suit that's more fashionable.
Wow. Mr. Zheng, are you going to your wedding right now? You look stunning.
Well, it does look a bit too formal. Isn't this a little too much?
Mr. Zhang, did you buy the flowers?
Yeah.
You two are actually on the same page, but I doubt you'll be able to gift it out, since the bouquet must be held by the bride.
Yuan, we're here. Hi.
Did you invite them?
Yeah.
Do you know what's the reason you're here tonight?
To have dinner.
Colin.
Yuan. Merry Christmas.